What is up, everybody, and thank you for coming back to my channel today. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the numbers for what has transpired in the real estate market for January of 2025. We had some promising numbers in December, but it was obviously time for us to see what direction things were going to be trending towards. We had the number of listings coming down quite significantly compared to what had happened in November, but it was also a sign to say that most sellers were waiting for interest rates to further be reduced and then see exactly what happens after the holiday season. And here we are today. We have a quarter point reduction by the Bank of Canada. At the same time, we've got all this news about Trump imposing a 25% tariff, which definitely will affect the real estate market. Now the question becomes is how much of a tariff is going to be imposed? Hopefully not. But if there is, how much of an effect will that have on the economy and the real estate market? So we're just going to be basically breaking down the numbers and taking a look at what has happened. What we do know for sure is that we've got an increased number of homes for sale. We have a decrease in the home median prices. We also have a increase in the number of listings. So our inventory is up. We've got prices slightly lower as the GTA median, and we've also got the number of sales down. It's going to be interesting to see what actually happens moving forward. Obviously, there's a lot of inventory when it comes to the condo market, which even through my own experience, they're forcing us to close regardless of what your price is, whether you're going to get an appraisal value that comes in your favor so that you're able to get funded by a bank. So I think many people in the condo segment are going to be in a heap of trouble. You're not going to be cash flowing, and you're holding on to an asset that basically will not be able to make up the difference in where you bought the home price to what it is today. And even if you were to hold for a year or 2 years, adding on monthly expenses where you're not really going to be able to recoup that, I'm not really seeing the light at the end of the tunnel here, especially for the pre-construction segment. And now with purpose-built rentals, you can see what's actually happening and where the investors have moved. If you are new to the channel, we do things a little bit differently here. We look at each market segment, especially the dominant market segments within that particular city, and we break down what has happened. Because when you look at a price, so let's say something is $1 million as a median price throughout that whole city, when we look at each market segment, you'll actually see where that median price is and what has perhaps contributed the most to either the increase or the decrease in that particular segment. So not all is lost just because you've seen a decrease in that particular city. There are prices that can still go up, let's say in the detached segment in Aurora. So it's very important to understand that, arm yourself with this. I highly recommend you pause the video when we're covering a certain area that pertains most to you. If you are a buyer or seller and trying to understand the market a little bit more in a particular neighborhood within your city, I highly recommend you book a call via my Calendly link, and we can go through what is happening with that particular neighborhood specifically and get you an idea. So it's a 30-minute free consultation. We will go over the live housing prices that are happening in your neighborhood also, and at the same time do an analysis and see exactly where house prices are trending. Free value for you, arming yourself for you on your real estate journey. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share the video with somebody who can benefit from the content that I'm providing today. Let's take a look at the dominant segments throughout the GTA. And what we have here is detached market is 40% of the market, followed by condo apartments, and we've got townhomes at 9% and semis at 8%. Condo towns are also at 8%. So we'll take a look at these 5 segments and see where house prices have trended. So surprisingly, what we first have is the median price now throughout the GTA is $915,000. Last month, we were sitting at $925,000. So we've reduced, so we have a $10,000 decrease in the median prices there. We are a far cry away from being over that $1 million mark as a median price throughout the GTA. And that was roughly hit in May and June of 2023. Now, we were trending quite nicely in the June of 2024, and potentially I think that markets will actually go up provided we have a little bit more control on what is happening with tariffs. Now, let's take a look here at the surprising information, and what it is we have now 3,641 sales. Last month we had 3,867. So we have lower sales. And what you also need to look at is, if we're looking at the number of listings, yes, we're at 17,175 compared to the 15,396, but the one good thing is we aren't at the highs of 21,917 and even higher the month prior to that, which was in October and even September. So let's take a look at what happened in the detached market segment here. We're sitting at 1.250. Last month we were sitting at 1.237. So an actual price increase from December to January, which is still nice to see in the detached market. So this is a typical example of when I'm telling you that you're looking at a segment and you're like, hey, the prices have gone down, but you need to know which segments have been affected the most. We need to look also at the number of sales that have taken place to actually affect the price points. Really, you want to be able to see the number of sales to see how it affects pricing. So we had 1,394 sales and versus 1,515 even in the month of December. So sales are still down. People are still watching as rates come down. But if tariffs are imposed, bank rates are coming down. So you got active listings 5,434 in December, and now you have 6,142. Obviously, yes, an increase in inventory there. Semi-detached, we're now sitting at 1 million. Last month, we were sitting at 985. Again, another price increase. We will just take a look at the sales and the inventory. We had at 327 versus 332, relatively flat. Last month, we had 722 listings. Now we've got 786. We've got freehold towns at 940,000. Last month, we were sitting at 961,000. So there's a decrease in the freehold town market. Quickly go to the inventory, and what we've got here is 372 sales versus your 439. And we have 1,127 new listings versus your 963. So inventory again up. Condo towns, $760,000. Last month we were sitting at 743, so there's an uptick there. But let's see the inventory just to confirm. We've had 299 sales versus 322, relatively the same. We had 1,242 active listings versus your 1,144. So relatively flat. Yes, there is an uptick, but relatively flat. Condo apartments, this is the segment that's got everyone worried in the whole real estate segment. We've got here a median price of 600,000. Last month we were sitting at 600,000, so pretty flat. Let's take a look actually at the inventory here. And so we've got 1,144 units sold versus 1,134, so relatively the same. 6,915 units were listed versus 6,211. So yes, there is a steep increase in the condo market listings, and we'll see this trend probably continue to uptick. But what you can see here is it's really the freehold town market that brought the median prices down overall. GTA, and here we're just going to take a look at TREB, which is the Toronto Real Estate Board, and what they've released. So again, I prefer to take a look at median prices, but still we're going to be taking a look at average prices here. And what we have is the average price for a detached segment is now 1.377. Semi-detached is now at 1,047,000. Townhomes are 905,000. Condo apartments at 670,000. So you can see what happened year over year. Again, I tend to look at the month over month because that is the most significant information that you need, especially if you are a buyer or a seller. Looking at what happened last year has no bearing on your decision for this year or this month or next month. But just for statistics, so you can see where the market is trending. January 2024, we were at 1,025,000. We are actually up year over year. And there you can see the sales year over year were down. The activities down, listings are up. active listings, we've got 70% up of it. You're just basically, taking a look at these significant numbers to see where and how do you become active in this real estate market. If you like the content that I provided today, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video with somebody who is on their own real estate journey and wants to use this information to guide them through their own journey and benefit from it. By all means, until then, stay savvy, stay informed, stay knowledgeable. May your investments flourish and your dreams of homeownership become a reality. And we'll catch you on the next one.